Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Adrielle, and I'm currently narrating a story of my life dating back from January 2016. In the previous episode, I talked about how God brought the revelation to me via a YouTube video that He has appointed me and Brandon to be generational curse breakers of our family's bloodline, and that was the reason why He was bringing us together. So in this episode, I do want to talk about Caitlin. So in one of my videos, I believe it was the earlier videos I had in this season, I talked about how Caitlin's judgment was predestined. So I want to touch on that in this video. So here it goes. So I talked about how Caitlin's judgment, which was, her losing her daughters, and also something bad was going to happen to her too as well. I talked about how her judgment was predestined by God, that it was something that was already set in stone in the spirit realm, and it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. Now, I want to talk about why her judgment was predestined. Her judgment was actually predestined, y'all, because of Brandon. So when Caitlin got with Brandon back in 2016, she did a lot of evil. She lied on him. She assassinated his character in 2017 as well. She said that he was Lily's father when he wasn't Lily's father. A lot of people on social media were going in on Brandon, and she had just made up this lie. She falsified everything, right? Now, here's the thing about that. Caitlin did all of that evil to Brandon. But here's the thing, y'all. Brandon is anointed. Brandon is chosen by God. Listen, y'all, God does not play about His anointed ones. His chosen ones, He does not joke around with them at all. If somebody is going out to attack God's anointed, God's chosen, and even just a child of God, period, right? If someone's going after them, God is going to vindicate that person. God is going to deal with that person. So because of what she did to Brandon back in 2016 and 2017, all those other years, God was going to carry out His vengeance on Caitlin. Now, here's the thing about that. Even though God was going to carry out His vengeance on Caitlin, God was still giving Caitlin time to repent. Okay? Now, here's the thing also about that too. God knows the end from the beginning. So He already knew that Caitlin was never going to repent. Also, He knew that Caitlin was always going to chase after Brandon. Because y'all, when Caitlin was with her ex-husband, she was still reaching out to Brandon. So the times that Brandon wasn't with Caitlin, which was 2017 up until 2020, Caitlin was still doing things. She was putting out blogs. She was putting out tweets. She was still trying to get to him. Like, she did not want to let Brandon go. And God already knew that. So God had me in position. And the reason why God had me in position was God knew that Brandon was going to get back with Caitlin. So it's like, okay, Brandon, I want to deal with Caitlin because of you. Now you're getting back with her. Yo, I got to deal with you too. I have to deal with you too as well. So it's like, okay, Adriel, get in position, pray for Brandon, fast for him. Now, mind you, I didn't even know all of this back in 2018, 2019, 2020, and all those other years. I didn't know. I just knew that I had the revelation that Brandon was my spouse, and God had me pray for him, fast, and intercede for him, and stuff like that. So, yes, y'all, because of what Caitlin did to Brandon back in 2016, God was going to carry out His vengeance on her. And He already knew that no matter what happened, Caitlin was never going to let Brandon go. She basically served as a pharaoh in his life. You know how Pharaoh did not want to let the Israelites go? Caitlin did not want to let Brandon go. Even when she was married, she was still on him. So God's like, okay, you don't want to let him go. I'm going to force my hand on you. You are going to let him go, whether you like it or not. So yeah, that was why God had predestined Caitlin's judgment. And that was also the reason why her relationships with new boyfriend and ex-husband didn't work out, because God was getting them out of the way. God did not want them to be a part of what he was going to send Caitlin's way. So yeah, y'all, Caitlin's judgment was predestined because of the attacks that she had did on Brandon back in 2016 and 2017. And yeah, y'all, the devil was really using Caitlin, and it made sense because she had that Jezebel spirit. So yeah, Caitlin was really going against Brandon, and God wanted to deal with Caitlyn severely. Now, here's the thing, y'all. Brandon got back with Caitlyn. So he was joining in with the evil. So God's like, yo, I got to deal with you too, Brandon. Okay. So, yeah, that was the revelation I got. Y'all, I got so many other revelations in the month of September. The rest of the year 2022, and then 2023 was when things got really crazy, y'all. So yeah, if you're liking an unlikely story, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please also share my videos as well. And until next time, bye.